Right guys and girls, welcome back. How you all doing? This is another video. I don't know how long I'm going to be doing this one for. I'm going to try and do as much as I can for this episode of Eastenders for the Monday the 8th of January 2018, because I haven't done one for this episode yet. All for almost all week up to Fridays. So if we put that one there we go, there's the little logo. And the game I'm playing at the moment, guys and girls, is, here we go, it should be on the screen now, Marvel Superheroes 2 for the Xbox One. So yeah, this is a pretty cool game if you like this sort of thing. Superheroes, Marvel, characters, you can choose a lot of different characters in this, or play as different characters, and they have different abilities. Some can fly, some can shoot like laser beams, some can heat up sort of different areas, and some can get to areas where other characters can't get to. So it's quite fun. This is by Marvel. It's Lego Superheroes 2. It's actually the second game from its original first game, which was out on the Xbox One a while going back. I think I've got the game somewhere actually, but I've got the Avengers as well. I've got Avengers up there, Marvel Avengers. Might have to play that, because actually I don't think I've played that one at all on the Avengers. And the Superheroes one, I have that on somewhere on disc. Yeah, Marvel Superheroes, the first one. So yeah, definitely good. Right, so if we, right, you can see that now that we got that one now. So if I move that one and then move that, then you can see at the same time up in the left hand corner all the points. That way it doesn't oh yeah, I've put the subtitle. It should be, the subtitle should come on in a minute, because a few minutes into this I couldn't see the subtitles on there. I was wondering why and all that. So alright, what we're now 2 minutes in, 2 minutes and 50. Right, so Eastenders, 8th of January 2018. Now let's have a look. Okay, let's have a look. Right, let's have a look. Where is it? So we have Jay and we have Ben talking to each other. They're looking at some yogurts with Abby on it and stuff, to remind them that Abby is in hospital and stuff, who's got brain damage and all that. So they're all trying to bring up about the rent and all that, because they owe rent, otherwise they're going to be getting kicked out. So apparently the girl that lives with them, she's short on money as well, and they can't afford it, so they're going to have to do it until basically they get kicked out of their house or something. So they're going to carry on as normal to the end. So yeah, anyway, so Masood's back now on Monday's episode. So this is Monday the 8th of January 2018, and he's talking to Jack because he wants to basically put the rent down, or the money for the mortgage for the house to rent and all that. So, and he said he wants to take it, and then he's got to basically he's got to put a month up front, and then he's got to give a month for the next month as well, so the money for the next month. Now Carmel's come over, and Mr. Masood's pretending to annoy her, well, to ignore her and all that, because he's pretending he's on the phone and stuff. But thing is, he's down on his luck at the moment, so they've had a lot in the times as he's just come back, and he's trying to get the money. I think it's like £1,000 or 3,000 or something he's got to get for the mortgage. Then we've got Whitney and Shirley in the pub and stuff at the moment. and apparently wants to know when Mick and Linda's back. And she's got something at the moment wrong, so she's trying to get some help. Then we have oh yeah, was it just have a look at this a minute. Okay, we have that new family moved in. And what was this one? Yeah, we've got Karen. She's basically trying to look for a job at the moment, and her whole family all skint, so they're all like trying to find ways to survive and all that. But oh, I think her name Karen, is it? She ends up wanting to go to the laundrette and work in there. Then we have Ben in the Archers at the moment with Jay, and they're talking about getting with the money and stuff, because actually Jay's just noticed there's a hole, so obviously there's to do with that heist. So they're wondering what the hell that is. There's jewellery in there. They're wondering who is actually stolen all the money, because someone stole all the money. But it turned out, I think on Thursday, the 4th, I believe it was, they found out, I think it was Ben who stole all the money. So this was like basically a carry-on from Monday, well, from Thursdays to Mondays. Then Mr. Masood's back, and he's got his auntie and uncle with him as well. So that kind of, and he's trying to get money off them as well, off his auntie and uncle. I don't even know if they're his auntie and uncle actually, because apparently there's supposed to be a girl in it. They're supposed to be looking after. I don't know if they're supposed to be caring for them or something. But that's like a little bit through the episodes and all that. There, what's this? Oh, Whitney running to the rescue, because Martin's daughter has gone and spilled something on her shirt or something, and she can't get rid of it. So Whitney's actually come in to try and save the day. Now we had some detective trying to find out Aiden's little plan, wondering where Aiden is, so he can arrest him on the spot. And then we got Ben, who's wondering, because he ain't gonna actually tell on his father, because they never do anything. And the actual detectives wonder if there's anything suspicious going on, because if you remember last week's episode, we had them getting screwed over the money. So they were in the churchyard at the time, Phil and the rest of the gang, when they were doing the heist. So as they were doing the heist, they were digging in the hole in the graveyard to try and find the money, and it literally, there was nothing there, so someone stole it, and it turns out that Ben had it all along, and he's doing it for revenge at the moment. So, and then we've got Ian wanting to make Mr. Masood squirm like a little dog, make him beg and all that, because he knows he's on his luck and that, down on his luck. So he's trying to basically get all the happiness out of it, of making him squirm. Oh, bloody adverts a minute. Right. So yeah, on this one at the moment, this game I'm playing, yeah, you play as the Guardians of the Galaxy and all these other like characters in the game. If you guys and girls haven't played this, I do play like video games with superheroes. I'm a big Marvel fan, so if you like my Marvel, if you like Eastenders, and you like other videos of mine, my breakfast, my slim fast videos, do like, favourite, share, comment, subscribe, and yeah, so it's pretty cool. I try and mix it up a little bit. And me and my mum watches Eastenders quite often and all of that. So okay, Mr. Masood and his auntie and uncle gone and get a coffee in the cafe, and they bumped into Ian and stuff, and Ian's wondering where he's working, saying, "Oh, I didn't know he was back in business and stuff." And then he made a sarcasm at Ian, stating about his wives and stuff. At least my wives aren't left me and all that. He goes. And then we've got Karen Taylor on the phone. She's trying to get a job, with the whole Taylor family trying to get money as well. Oh, she's noticed something. She's noticed Kathy. Just wondering if she's got any jobs going in the cafe. And she's got like that sort of devious laugh, like she's up to something. She's after a couple of bacon butties. Actually, there was a little bit of controversial stuff the other day on one of the episodes, because a few of the fans were actually outraged. Where is it? Where is it? So it was as viewers left stunned as Karen Taylor goes on a racist rant. So this was right. Taylor's trouble. EastEnders viewers left stunned as Karen Taylor goes on a racist rant against Masood Ahmed. As Karen and Masood went head to head for the job availability at the laundrette, a livid Karen launched into a string of racist jibs against the Muslim residents. So he's only just come back and like he's already getting was this the Boshi matriarch of the Taylor family was left fuming when she arrived for her first day on the job at the laundrette, only to discover that Masood has been given the job instead. So, insisting to Mr. Papadopoulos Jr. that she should be given the job instead of him, a desperate Masood also fights for his place, causing the volatile character to lash out. Masood gave it back as good as he got and refused to back down to the character, hitting out at her background and telling her to go watch Jeremy Kyle. Oh my god. She then goes, you know what? Row on Brexit, coming over her. What's that? Her taking our jobs? Is that the part of your Sherry law? If anyone's had a Sherry law, it's you. He hit back to her and stuff. Well, that's good. People like that, like people like stick up for each other. That's pretty cool. I do. To be honest, like I don't know why they do this in EastEnders though. Like the racist part of it, they should like. I suppose in a way they're just trying to show what happens in the sort of like communities, and that people can be ignorant like that. But to be honest, people like that should be just ignored and all that. If people are racist and that shit, you get enough of it in the country and stuff like that. About on both sides, really, to be honest. But is EastEnders or BBC right in doing this episode or saying that? Because they've said stuff before the watershed as well and all that. But then again, it doesn't reflect on the actual character or the people who's playing that character. So it's one of those topics. I suppose they got to get the topic out there and all of that. Yeah, I think that was on Friday's episode. Oh yeah, the 12th, January the 12th, so that was 2 days gone back. It's the 14th now of the first 2018. And then Ben is gone to see Sharon with OJ, and he wants to know where the money from the robbery is, because he wants his share and stuff. So he's basically fuming, he's pissed off at the moment, because old Ben's supposed to be leaving Eastenders very soon, and I think he's supposed to be leaving on Monday's last episode or something. He's supposed to be having one more episode, so I think that'll probably be Monday's episode. Oh, Ben, I think he's leaving Monday. And now we've got Whitney. She's trying to get back into the t-shirt business of designing t-shirts or shirts or whatever she was doing back in the time when she was doing it. I think she had like sort of a business going, all that. So she wants to go on the store and start selling t-shirts or shirts. Then we've got Karen Taylor trying to go into the laundrette. And there's that Mr. Dopoulos, Papadopoulos. He basically, well, the junior one, he's come in, he said he's from Hampstead and all that. And she thinks, because she thinks he wasn't born in the country, and he said, oh, born in Hampstead and all that. So she was, basically, he's kicked her out for being racist to him. But she wants to apologise and stuff so she can get the job and all that. Then we've got Mr. Masood. He starts doing a bit of a dodgy thing on Carmel by stating that she'd spilt something on the carpet in the house so he doesn't have to pay her rent back. And then the cheeky bastard, yeah, which is really funny, he says to her, what is it? Oh, maybe do you want to come back to mine? He said, we can work something out. What the fuck? Yeah, he said he worked something out instead of giving her the money. I think, well, when that's the typical like sort of businessman trying to save his money and stuff. But then again, he's got no money, and the only money he got was actually off his auntie and uncle and all that. And he's trying to swindle her out the money. She's saying, you're trying to swindle me out the money. And I was holding her hand. He said, why don't you come to my little soiree? And he said, maybe we can work something out of it. And then she thinks, oh, all your men are the same, she's going to him. And then she says she's going to go to the papers because she knows the people, and they're going to slander his name all over the place for trying to rip her off. To do with the flat. Or the house, I should say. Yeah. Right, ooh. 18 minutes in, eh? So yeah, I kind of like this this whole game. Yeah, I was actually trying to figure out the area where I was supposed to be going and stuff, because I haven't played on this one before, so it's like alright, yeah, I was trying to figure out, so it took me a little bit to decipher. Actually, what I was doing as well, with the hard drive I've got at the moment, I'm actually recording all this. I've already played this, I've just stuck this onto the hard drive on the Xbox One, so you can watch the entire sort of like video clip. But I've turned the actual sound down, but you can still see like because actually I didn't even know you had to go to the right side of the screen. There's like a little sort of buildings and stuff and people you have to rescue before you get to it. So I was shooting up all the creatures and all these bad guys even before, and actually I've noticed they've actually got on the front cover of the box of this game, I've noticed the, where is it? If I can show you. The Ragnarok. In other words, Hulk. They've actually got the Incredible Hulk, or technically Hulk. But yeah, this is the actual box of the game. Just right there. Absolutely recommended to me for you guys and girls to play that game. I love this game. But if you're watching this at the same time, I've turned the talking down just in case it's copyrighted and stuff. This is actually, because they do have music in it, I don't know whether the music would be from the films or not. But you've got like the likes of Spider-Man, you've got the Guardians of the Galaxy, you've got Thor, you've got, oh, is that who I think it is? Is that Doctor Strange in this? I think Doctor Strange, the Kingpin's in there, he's one of the villains. The all-new original adventure featuring the time-travelling Khan the Conqueror. So this is all-new original adventure story. So yeah, it's quite cool. So yeah, anyway, back to the Eastenders thing. I try and mix out, because I try and mix a little bit of both in there, so you guys and girls, keeps you both on, all of you on your toes and stuff. Anyway, so he's trying to move out of Ben at the moment, and he don't want anyone to go in Abby's room, because I think because all the money that Ben's stolen, he's gone and put it into her room, I believe, under a bed somewhere. And he don't want that other girl, the one is living with him at the moment, to literally move in there at all, or to check on and keep an eye on stuff in there. So basically he's kind of like trying to scare her off at the moment, because he said it's not right for her to go in her room while she's actually fighting for her life, because Abby Brannon, who actually, Max was on the roof at the time before Christmas, on the Christmas episode, was about to commit suicide, he was about to jump off the roof, and then his two daughters, Abby and Lauren, literally was going to come up to, well, they come up to their dad to stop them from jumping off, and then as they were about to basically save their dad's life, they fell off the roof, but Lauren made it, and she seems to be on like sort of the recovery end of things. But Abby at the moment, she's fighting for her life, and Max doesn't want to turn her machine off due to the fact that he thinks she's still alive and thinks that he can still save her through the machine and all that, and through the money that he's going to try and get. Now we've got Karen Taylor at the moment. She's trying to slap herself up a little bit with a bit of lipstick, and to try and get the business, well, to try and get into the laundrette, it is. Then we've got Mr. Masood trying to swindle, trying to say about the food. Now he's actually messed up, because he's forgot to tell everybody he's actually living in a caravan, or an ice cream van I should say, which he's using as a caravan to sleep in for the night. So yeah, definitely not good. Right. And in, was it Carmel was just saying to everybody not to spill their drink in the house, because he don't want to mess up the carpet and stuff, so she's doing a bit of a sarcastic sort of grint at him about it. Trying to get one back on Mr. Masood. And then we have Martin's daughter wanting to go into business with Whitney, but she's going on holiday, or supposed to be having plans to go away. But now we have Bianca's daughter Tiffany turned up, and my god, she's literally turned, well, she seems to be a lot older now in that. So it's been quite some years since she's been in there. I'd say at least 10 years, give or take, I'm not too sure. But when she was in it, but last time she was very little. Now she seems to be all grown up. So Now we have, at the end of this episode, we've got Ben coming out of the arches. Well, actually he's going inside the arches, and he's got a bag with all the money and the jewellery inside, and he's making sure no one else is around. But he's got loads and loads and loads of money. He's all rich now because he's been nicking from the heist from his dad when his dad was doing the heist, and Aidan Maguire, JP Maguire and all that were doing all the heist stealing, and then it finished off there for this episode. So yeah, that's pretty cool. But yeah, anyway, on this bit of the scene here, this was actually nearly finished, this episode, because this mission was nearly finished, so I'm gonna have to cut where this one is and then add it onto the next bit of the actual game. But I'll wait until the end of this mission because this one's nearly finished. But yeah, I think, to be honest, for this episode of Eastenders for the 8th of January 2018, I thought it was a pretty alright episode. I would say, well, I don't know, I wouldn't say it was that great, but it was alright and stuff, to the point. Decent enough and all of that. Anyway, on this bit at the end, I had to use Groot on the end of the game. I had to get everybody out. Because I was actually, I think it was the one where I was facing that big creature, and we had to take them all down together and all of that. And then we got Star-Lord, we got Drax, we got these, so I had to shoot down this big machine, I think it was. Nova Prime. Oh, Nova Prime. Never heard some of these characters either, so they're quite new to me, some of these ones. And I actually have no idea who Khan the Conqueror is. Oh yeah, basically I have to open the bombs. I think I've got to like literally put in the bombs to Drac, or the it's like a Nova bomb, which you use to suck up like a sort of a portal. And I actually throw it at it to blow up and suck everything in. But then you have to, at the end of this episode, or this video here, it should close off in a minute, but I end up doing on the machine. Then I go on this like spaceship, and then this is the bit where you've got to shoot that aeroplane down or something, the one that's shooting at the ship there. So you basically climb up there, there's a little turret opens up right now, so it starts shooting. But yeah, if you got definitely, guys and girls, do like these sort of episodes. I'm trying to mix up a little bit, trying to do different sort of topics in here as well. Anyway, I try to climb up here and I end up falling down a few times. There we go, we climb up there and then we go around the back, and I'm trying to figure out how to turn this thing around. It seems like you have to move it around a little bit, and then you've got to point it at the ship and shoot the shit out of it. There we go. And I start shooting. Basically, this is pre-recorded, this one here, because I've took this off my hard drive from my Xbox One. The Xbox One now can actually save video clips up to 1 hour. Depends on your hard drive, but you need to format it so it's a media based hard drive, and then sort of like put it onto it so it works properly and all that. So basically all your games that you want to save, you want to do that 1 hour thing, you've got to format it for media only. It tells you whether you want your hard drive for video games and save your installation games on there, or if you want it for videos and media and stuff. I go for the videos and media so I can save all my game clips onto it for the 1 hour. There we go, there's old Khan there, the Conqueror. Actually, I think this is the one where that big creature comes up and I ends up like sort of trying to take him down. This is a pretty cool mission. More formidable challenge. So basically, they send this big flipping, I don't know, was it a space monster or something? But apparently it's from the end or something, from the end of the universe or something. But apparently it's supposed to be really slow, and you have to find out his weakness. He stops time. He's like sort of a time. There's Gamora there, Rocket Raccoon. I like these ones actually. It's pretty cool. So how long we got this? Oh, 30 minutes, bloody hell. So yeah, I'm almost done on this bit here. Because I think this is I'm not too sure if this was the first mission actually, I can't remember now. But I did a whole hour of this. Anyway, I ended up taking the, beating the hell out of him. But I had to figure out how you actually did it. There was this Edson the Searcher. So basically how you do it is there's a little thing in the green of his chest. You've got to literally penetrate that. But to penetrate that, you've got to get his hand. So when his hand starts clapping down and he starts to try to slow you down, and then he can reverse you as well. He can reverse time and stuff. So he's like a time reverser or something, by the looks of it. You watch this, he starts slowing you down. There's a thing on top of his shoulder which you got to destroy, I believe, which is quite cool. And look, there we go, he slowly hits you with it, so you slow down. Look at that, starts slowing down. But there's a thing on his arm, so I've been trying to find out where you got to hit it. There we go, he tries to hit you again with it. And then it's sort of like, tries to hit you a third time. But yeah, you got to create these like little things like open opportunities. So I ends up getting the creature or the Edson or Eatson, Essen, I think. There we go. There's a Rocket Raccoon I plays, and then I plays as Gamora. But what I'm doing is waiting for the moment and then moving out the way, because that way, here we go. He slams that. And then I can actually put the pieces together. You've got to use, I think there's the B button. And then once you get the B button, you've got to go right up close to it. And then you start creating a sort of a gun. I think it's sort of like a gun shoot, or actually a bomb that you use. There we go, hang on. Oh, actually I have to use Star-Lord for this one. So yeah, you've got to try and, I think it's the bomb you've got to throw. It looks like a sort of a wormhole that you use. So when you use the wormhole sort of device, it kind of sucks his arm, so something happens with his hand there. I don't know, it's like it's drawing it forward, his hand, so like a magnet, like it pulls. It was pulling his arm a little bit. Then I had to get him to, there we go, I think I have to put something else together. Where is it? Where is it? Where's that piece? I've never actually seen this character either. Ision or Ession. Ision. Never seen that character before. I'm gonna definitely have to do some research on some of these characters. I don't know if they're actually new characters, if they've only just come in, or if they've been in comic books before and all that, in any of the Marvel series. Where is it? Ooh. Oh yeah, and then you have to shoot his hand. I start shooting the shit out of his hand, and then he ends up putting his hand down on the floor itself, and then it gives you the opportunity to climb up to his hand. But I was trying to figure out how to climb up to his hand and how to actually activate the actual little trap door, because there's a little trap door on his hand or up his arm a little bit, but every time you move off the trap door, it's the main sort of pressure pad, he starts moving away from it. So it's like kind of weird how it was all set it out, but you'll see what I mean in a minute. There we go, look, there's a little trap door which isn't open, but you have to get Drax to actually hit it, to damage it and stuff like that. So basically, how you open it, if I move off the pressure pad, the door closes. So I have to not use Drax to stand on the pressure pad. I've got to use the other character to stand on there while Drax. So it's basically using a sort of, it's a team sort of effort. So every time I stand on here, you'll see me stand on here in a minute on the pressure pad, because I'm trying to figure out how to use it. And I beats up these other ones. I actually thought there was a sort of a switch there on his hand, but I started beating the shit out of all these other ones. I love these sort of cartoony games. Absolutely brilliant, just absolutely brilliant. Right, there we go. There's the pressure pad. But watch this, and then I starts holding the button down to see if I can reach it. But look at that, it ends up closing, and Drax needs to get into there to actually damage it, so it opens up like a little sort of a lift to lift him up towards the arm and all that, so it goes up on top of the shoulders. And then I even tries to shoot it, but it doesn't work. So, and then I ends up falling, dropping dead on the floor. So that didn't do too good. So I ends up thinking, maybe I need a second character, which you actually do, to beat him. To beat Ision or Estion. So you'll see in a second. Where is it? Where is it? Where is that one? Right, there we go. So I gets another character over. Where is he? Right, there we go. There's the other character. So I gets my character, gets Drax to stand there. Where is it? So I gets the, where's the other character? And then I starts thinking whether to jump it or not to hit. But then I see as it doesn't actually work. I actually do like the story on it so far, and the characters look really cool actually. But this is not sort of like the carry on from the first one. Actually, I forgot what the first one was now, the story. I don't know if it was Thanos or something, or Brainiac. It might have been Brainiac actually. I don't know actually, Brainiac. What was Brainiac? Brainiac was to do with Superman. Actually, that's to do with DC, so that had been something else. There we go, you'll see in a minute. I actually finally figure out how to do it. Right, so what I do now, they start getting the characters together. Yeah, I'm trying to collect all these coins as well, because I do like collecting the coins. So basically I use him, then I get so Drax to come over, and then I can finally open, well, climb up to the top here actually. There we go. And then it starts handing on to a sort of like this ship, which actually swings me across. I thought I may as well do this sort of episode as well in between, because that way I could finish off this level, and that will be sort of the video transcending to this one episode here for the 8th, I would guess. Yeah, 8th, Monday the 8th of January 2018, and then I can upload this one, and then I can cut the next bit off, which wouldn't take too long just to cut it in half. But yeah, it's 1080p 30 frames per second, but in the video editing tutorial thing where I have to video edit it all and all that, I'm gonna have to cut that down, I think, to 25 frames, but I don't know how that, if it can keep it at 30 frames per second. It might be able to, I don't know yet in the video editing software. Anyway, I tried to figure if I could jump across there, which doesn't actually work, so I try a second time just in case. But then I find out Rocket can actually penetrate its so I would say it's a mechanical heart or robotic heart that has got some sort of source power which is keeping the creature alive or something. So I shoots a shitload at it, and it starts working as well. And then it opens up a little trap door. You'll see a little square trap door, which opens up. There we go. Starts clocking up, and it opens up this sort of I don't know what this is actually. Looks like you've got to throw a portal grenade there into it. At least what it does, it sucks it up once you throw the grenade, so it's like a big gigantic wormhole, so it starts pulling it out, and there we go. You'll see it sucks it in. Big giant wormhole or something, or black hole, where it sucks everything in. It even gets rid of this creature. Well, I wouldn't say he's a creature, he's probably like an alien from another planet. But then he ends up getting beat, so that ends, I think that ends this mission. There we go. And there's old Rocket, there's Star-Lord, and then he disappears now. I think he disappears, or is this the one where he disappears at the end? I think it is. Well, this ain't the end of the game, this is just the end of the mission. There we go, he gets sucked in and disappears. And he was actually sent by the Khan the Conqueror. Never heard of him though. Oh, got Nova Prime. Don't know who she is either, or if it's a him. Star-Lord. Oh, Drax. So he's like, he thinks he's a tough guy because he thinks like you can't get himself caught, but he gets himself caught all the time. Oh yeah, and they have like these big massive things shoot down, no? And they all have to run and stuff, all running for their lives. It's a pretty cool game. I love this game actually. Is this the? Oh yeah, this is the one where they're all like I think this is the one where they all disappear or something. Yeah, and then he starts disappearing. What's this? Rocket Raccoon. Earth surely isn't there already? Yeah, he is there already. So right. So I think this one's almost finished by the looks of it. Yeah, there we go. And then yeah, there we go. Should finish off this episode, I believe. So this one's called Timely Comics. No Eson of mine, not what Eson of mine. Anyway, guys and girls, this finishes this episode off. There's a little bit of gameplay for this episode, and then I will upload a sort of another video probably later or tomorrow. Depends how long this takes for me to upload. Overnight. It's 12:44 now, so it is the 14th, and it is Sunday the 14th of January 2018. But this actually, and there we go, we unlock some extra characters here as well at the same time. So you unlock different characters, and there's over 100 different characters that you can use, and they use sort of like different combinations to get into different things. So you'll have like Groot. Groot's quite nice because he's actually turns really small, so you can get into small gaps and all that. So you can turn into Baby Groot. There's Baby Groot. So it's quite cool. I love these little characters. There's Rocket. And apparently as well, you've got who else got the characters you've got in there? You've got the ones from Spider-Man, like Dr. Octavius or Dr. Octopus, Dr. Octo, and then you've got Shocker in there as well, some other villains. And then I don't know if they've got the Green Goblin. It'd be quite cool if they had the Green Goblin in this game as a villain. I also they've also got some other ones as well in this game, which is fantastic. Oh, anyway, guys and girls, I'm going to finish off this one here because this is basically just the talk on it. But yeah, anyway, cheers all for watching. I will probably do this on another episode, this one here, because I was going to keep this for the next episode. But cheers all for watching. Stay safe, have a good one, and see you soon. And if you enjoyed it, do like, favourite, share, comment, favourite, and subscribe. Cheers all for watching, and stay safe all.